How's everyone doing? Today I have a horror Blu-ray collection update with 5 pickups. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them and let me know which one of these is your favorite. Leave me those comments down below. I've seen all of these movies, but it's been a while since I've seen them. I'm definitely looking forward to revisiting them all. And I've got 3 Vestron video collector series, all with the slipcovers, because I do like the slipcovers. I know not everybody does, but I feel like if I know it comes with the slipcover and I get it without it, I feel like it's incomplete. A little bit of collector OCD right there. And I do have a Scream Factory title in here too. So first up though is H.P. Lovecraft adaptation of Dagon. And this is directed by Stuart Gordon. Let me know what your favorite Stuart Gordon movie is. For me, it's From Beyond, and then Castle Freak, and then Reanimator. I know Reanimator gets the most love, but I love the sci-fi horror for From Beyond. And Castle Freak is just awesome. I love the heck out of that one. So many crazy, creepy scenes in there. And this one, like, I remember being super creepy and some awesome kills, especially towards the end. It's about this couple and their like boat crashes. They're off the coast of Spain and they go to this small island town, and everything seems deserted. And then they see some people and they start seeing some strange things happening. And then there's like, I want to say there's like a crazy sea god and they're sacrificing people, and there's like some half human, half fish monster people. It's been a while since I've seen this one, but I remember being crazy and awesome. And I think this is like early 2000s. I want to say like 2001 maybe. I think 2002 it says on here on the back actually. But some good special features on here, and I love that artwork for it. I remember the other artwork for the DVD that I had for like a while, like that sea monster creature, the face. It doesn't have reversible artwork, but I do appreciate the newly commissioned artwork. It does look really cool. And I'm so happy Vestron Video is continuing to release. And for a while they were like releasing a bunch, and then there was like nothing. And then it was like, a couple releases a year. Now they seem to be on a more continued basis, which I definitely appreciate. I definitely love what they're doing. I want to see more from them. I know some people collect every single thing from certain labels, including, Vestron. I don't love every single release from Vestron Video. So there's a couple in there that I'm not a fan of, but I'm going to support them because the majority, like nearly everything I've loved from them, except for like 2. So I'm excited to revisit this one. I remember like this just being really, like a washed out hue, lots of grays and blacks, like reflecting the bleak tone, of course, and, like blues and stuff. Just really feeling rainy and damp, and just being a creepy movie. And I'm really looking forward to watching this one again and just seeing if it lives up to my memory of it. I feel like I've watched a bunch of movies recently that I haven't seen in a while, and they're different than how I remember them. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. Next up is Beyond Reanimator. This was the sequel, and there's also Bride of Reanimator, and there's a newer Reanimator movie that came out, I want to say like 5 years ago, that has no connection to the original trilogy here. It's just another adaptation from the storyline right there. And, another, H.P. Lovecraft. What's your favorite H.P. Lovecraft adaptation? That's a good one. And I remember this one being like, they were doing some experiments on like rats and stuff, and some crazy, rat creatures in here. And it's, he's been serving 14 years, Dr. Herbert West, for in prison for his experiments. And there's a new young doctor helping him out now. And lots of craziness ensues. This is directed by Brian Yuzna, who directed 2 really big horror movies. Society, which I don't remember liking that one too much. Everybody talks about the one scene at the end of the climax, the crazy, butt face and, orgy scene. And that movie that scene was wild, but the rest of the movie I remember being terrible, like soap opera style acting from the lead actor. And I remember hating it, but everybody else seemed to love that one. So I feel like maybe I should rewatch that one. But I feel like it's just about that one climactic scene with, all the melding orgy, and the butt face and all that kind of stuff. But he also directed Return of the Living Dead 3, which I freaking love the heck out of that one. So awesome. The first 3 Return of the Living Dead movies are incredible. But this one to me was it was goofy. It was wild. I feel like it could have been better than it was from my memory, but I remember it still being enjoyable, and I want to check it out again. Next up is the Unholy. And, this one always stuck in my mind and to just kind of like reaffirm that in so many different horror movies, red-haired girls are evil. And that's the case here. It's basically about this like demon character who takes the form of this red-haired, very, beautiful, sexy woman in here. I was going to say succubus, but that's not really, kind of, but not really. And she's trying to, sway this one priest in here who's supposedly the chosen one, and can stop this creature, this demon creature, and he's supposedly spiritually blessed. And, he has to, kind of fight and see if he can, not just fight the virtues, but fight the actual demon. And I remember like the pacing being a bit overly dramatic plotting, if you will. But I remember liking the climax a lot. And I think Hal Holbrook was in here too. Yes, he's been in a ton of stuff. The Fog, though, for horror fans, was another great classic in here. There's different characters with priests in here. It kind of makes me think of that a little bit. But yeah, so there are some priests who've been murdered in the church, and this guy comes in here and he has to face off, and you find out more about the creature and their motives and stuff like that, the demon. And I remember being decent. I remember thinking like it had pacing issues, but I remember liking the climax a lot and thinking the girl was hot. So I don't know, I feel like maybe I should take heed to the lesson right there of the demon creature in that form. But when I was younger, when I watched it, this is like late 80s. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, my parents would never let me watch horror movies. Like, I was just enthralled by the VHS artwork, mom and pop video rental stores. I grew up in that era, VHS tapes. And so at night, I would sneak downstairs when my parents were sleeping and watch horror movies, and it would freak me out, but I'd want to see more. And it just kind of brings me back to that time period, especially, when I was really like 7, 8, really getting into horror movies and stuff like that. Next up is The Nest, which is a cockroach horror movie, which is freaking awesome, by the way. This is a Scream Factory release. I love the heck out of this one. This one is super underrated. Great gore effects in here. I remember there being like a, half human, half like cockroach kind of creature character in here. And apparently, I remember reading about this. They had used like just cockroaches that they got off the streets and stuff. And then when they filmed it in the studio, afterwards, there were like cockroach infestations for years that they never fully got rid of because of filming this movie. And there's like a lot of interesting stories about this movie too, and some of the actresses involved. And I remember just being enthralled by the movie and then wanting to read up about it too. And there's some really good insect, creature feature movies. Not, just The Fly. That's a kind of a different one. And Them. But there's, Ticks is a classic. That's one of my all-time favorites. Let me know what your favorite killer bug movie is. You could put Arachnophobia in there if you want to. Tarantula. Was it Earth versus Spiders, another classic one. But there's another cockroach one. Well, kind of they look like cockroaches. And it's called Creepy Crawlers. Has Dean Stockwell in it. And it also goes by They Nest. So I feel like a lot of times that gets kind of like mixed up with this movie because The Nest. But this one's definitely better. But I do like the other one, Creepy Crawlers, They Nest. That's another good one if you're into bug horror movies. But again, I feel like it's not going to be for everybody, these kind of bug horror movies. You have to know what you're getting yourself into, kind of like cheesy B-movie-esque. But I love them. And this, to me, is like one of the best ones out there. I don't know if you want to put like movies like Slugs and stuff like that in there too, in that realm. I guess you can. But yeah, this was a really fun one. I remember being just gory and awesome and creepy and making your skin crawl. Like, a lot of times I watch these bug movies and then afterwards I'm just like itching myself. But I love the heck out of this one. Super happy to add this one to the collection now. And I remember like even like the menu screen for this was like creepy. And some good acting in here too. So that was another thing that stood out for this one. And there's like genetic experiments on these cockroaches in this small town, and they're eating people, and, they eat meat and stuff now, and they've got a taste for flesh. But I just remember it being awesome and liking the actors in here too, and souped on this one. Next up is one that I remember surprised me when I first watched it. It is Stage Fright, not the Michael Sauvé, the Owl Mask Aquarius slasher movie, which is awesome. I needed to get that one. I got rid of that on DVD a while ago, and I meant to pick up the Blu-ray, and I still haven't. But then there's also Stage Fright Nightmares. There's a bunch of ones with the same title. But yeah, I need to pick up that one. That the Owl Mask one always was a really creepy, awesome one. And I know that has a Blu-ray release. And there's been times where I got rid of the DVD, meaning to pick up the Blu-ray, and I just never do because I add stuff to the wish list and it keeps getting pushed down. That's the case there. But this one is a musical slasher movie, and it has Minnie Driver and Meatloaf in here, and a few other recognizable people. I believe the actress, I think, did a good job, Ally McDonald. And it says on the front, it's a cross between Glee and Sleepaway Camp. And I think that's actually pretty accurate. It is based on this the one character's mother was a Broadway diva who was killed, and then they go to this. It's a snobby performing arts camp, and then people are being killed on there, and they have to figure out who the killer is, and it's just a bloody, wild, funny time. I remember there being some comedic elements too, and just the musical aspect and the slasher elements. I thought it was a blast. So this one surprised me because A, I'm not big into musicals, and I wasn't sure, especially with the comparison with Glee. That's not my cup of tea. So that kind of TV show, the drama elements and the singing, and so I initially didn't think it was going to be for me, but I love this one. I had a great time with it. There's the kabuki mask right there, and it was entertaining as heck. So happy to add this one to the collection. And again, these are the 5 pickups right here. 3 Vestron video collector series with the slipcovers. I know people don't always care about the slipcovers, but sometimes the slipcovers can go for a lot more money than the movie. There's slipcovers that go for like $100, which is crazy to some people, but people collect differently. And then the Nest, the Scream Factory released, love the heck out of that one. I don't think that one had a slipcover. I'm gonna have to double check on that one, but I don't think it did. If it does, I'm gonna have to track that one down. But not all of the Scream Factory ones have slipcovers and stuff, which is kind of disappointing, especially now for like the 4Ks. And not all of them have reversible artwork either, or interior artwork, which I feel like we've been conditioned for that, especially for, the collector's editions from Scream Factory. If you're still paying that premium for it, you want what you used to be getting, or you're used to is slip covers, reversible artwork, interior artwork, stuff like that. For physical media fans, that's what we're looking for. If it was just all about the movie, it'd be, understandably, a lot of that would be for streaming, but we want the best picture quality, special features, which are sometimes exclusive to these physical media releases, but also the packaging. A lot of us care about that, obviously, for physical media. But I know for like some of these ones, the slipcovers go for a lot of money. I remember people posting in groups and not really understanding that, which is kind of mind-boggling if you're part of Facebook groups and stuff that are dedicated to physical media. How do you not get that? Like, I remember people were selling like the Maximum Overdrive slipcover, and they were asking like $30-$40. And I don't know what it goes for now. It fluctuates the market value, but at the time that was actually a good deal, and people were like laughing at them. Like, look up the eBay sold prices. You can see that's actually what they're going for, if not more, at that time. Here's a nice little notice right there on the slipcover for Beyond Reanimator. You see the little rat right there, which is pretty cool. I remember this one just, being a decently entertaining time. But this one, I remember being a complete blast. I like revisiting some of these ones that I haven't seen in a long time. The Nest is like so much fun. I feel like this one is so underrated, but I feel like you have to be into bug horror. Not everybody is. They kind of frown upon it, look down upon it like it's lesser than, but it's a great entertaining time, especially this one had great gore effects. Ticks, them, Arachnophobia, They Nest. Those are just like some all-time classics for killer bug movies. There's a bunch of other ones out there, but there we go. Really excited for these ones. Let me know what you think of them if you've seen them, and which one of these is your favorite, and what you'd like to see Vestron Video released in the future, and what you'd like to see Scream Factory released in the future for their collector's editions especially. And let me know what your favorite musical is, and musical horror, your favorite killer bug movie, your favorite demon-related movie. And your favorite Stuart Gordon movie. There really hasn't been, for Brian Yuzna, like only a few as far as he's directed that I think would be in there. And it would either be Society and Return of the Living Dead 3. So, but your favorite H.P. Lovecraft adaptation as well. So again, these ones have some great special features for the Vestron video releases too. So I'm definitely happy about that. I like checking out the special features for movies that I enjoy. And sometimes even for movies that I don't like, I'll check out the special features just out of curiosity's sake. And I end up loving the special features more than the movie itself. Like sometimes the making of is just so intriguing on what they went through, the blood, sweat, and tears. Even if the movie isn't great, I don't know, I've kept movies for that reason, revisiting some of the special features. And then I would have liked more special features from the movie that I love the most out of these ones that I just picked up. This one just has the commentary from the director, but souped on just having it again and being able to rewatch it. And there you go. Enough rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you picked up recently, horror-wise as well. Leave me all those comments down below, and I look forward to more videos coming up in the future. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.